Welcome back to How to Souls. My name is Rach and today we're going to continue with our walkthrough of Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. So, I'm out of breath because I just ran up the stairs. Last time we finished off the Lost Bastille and that opened up the Sinner's Rise. So, I mentioned last time that this game is quite open. There's, to an extent, 4 directions you can go, and this is like one of the directions you can choose. In my opinion, the easiest way to start, the easiest like Lord Soul to start with. However, just bear in mind this upcoming area and the boss are hard. They're hard. They're a pain in the ass is what I'm getting at. So if this part is frustrating you, please do bear in mind that you don't have to follow this walkthrough to a T. I'm going to recommend if you do not enjoy this upcoming area, you can visit this walkthrough part here, up here, maybe check out the Shaded Woods, or even the Harvest Valley. Like, those two much easier areas than this area, but in my opinion, we need a weapon here, so I would like to do this part now. But yeah, so back to the Salt Fort, which is just the very start of Sinner's Rise. I'm a little bit nervous about this part because Sinner's Rise makes me nervous. The boss, not so much. The boss I'm probably too confident about. But the area leading up to it can be it's just really frustrating. My biggest tip is to go through this area human. So we're human at the minute, so we can summon. So if we go down here, go down the steps, obviously we've got an archer here that puts his crossbow away and attempts to come after us. You get a human effigy right there, so even if you're out, grab this one right here, careful obviously, and then we'll be able to... Oh, that was unfortunate. Then we'll be able to go human, just to summon a couple of NPCs that can help us in the upcoming area. But this is one of the bosses you can do with Lucatiel. If you defeat 3 bosses with Lucatiel at your side and you don't let her die, she will reward you with her armor set, a very, very cool armor set. And you also get a trophy or like a Steam achievement, however you want to call it, from doing that. So bear in mind, like if you're looking for achievements, you might not want to do what I'm doing because the way that I'm going to do it... oh, I'm about to flip and fall off again. Yeah, I guess careful blocking these guys. What I maybe should have done is just walked into this room here. You do have 2 more of them. But at least you're not going to be like launched off the edge by blocking them. What was I saying there? Yeah, so 3 bosses for Lucatiel. But we're going to use Lucatiel to help for the trash before the boss, so she might die, or at least she might lose a bunch of health on the way there. So if you're trying to get that achievement or trying to get her armor, maybe don't summon her for the trash. Maybe just clear the trash up until the boss, and then as you're ready to go to the boss, then I would probably summon her. But yeah, so just keeping things like super crystal clear, just letting you know that's the plan, that's what we're gonna do. It's the easiest way to deal with this next area. But it does sort of sacrifice that, possibly, that assurance of having her on the boss and having her survive the boss. Right, okay, so trying to drop down here without landing on the button. Okay, cool. Wait, Lucatiel should be here. Lucatiel should be here. Oh no, I died! Of course I died. I got pushed off the edge, didn't I? So, human effigy that we found, so... Nothing gained, nothing lost, I suppose. Here we go. Here's Lucatiel. So we're going to summon her purely for this upcoming area because it is a nightmare. Usually I like my walkthroughs to be guides on how to solo everything, especially bosses. But this is one area, just... Dark Souls 2 is full of these sort of trash areas where they're just kind of tricky. So you'll see why in just 3, 2, 1... Ah, there's a flippin' Flexile sentry. And this is why I hate this run-up. So that went right over my shield there. He's on me, which is fine. It means Lucatiel can get some hits on his back. There we go. She's doing well there. I get 1 hit in and I'm heckin' getting out of there. Let's just heal up here. She will tank that boss for us. Careful if you do accidentally send the elevator back Obviously you might like back into it, so. Alright, just getting all the damage in. Lucatiel's losing a bit of health. She's actually doing alright. Just going around. It's just absolutely, it's the water. I think it's the water that makes this like such a pain here. And he is down. Now this does respawn. So don't rejoice because it does respawn. This place is even worse in New Game Plus. There's like more enemies. Oh, it's just, ugh. Over here on the left, Blossom Kite Shield. And the other side. The other side. So obviously you move slower in water. If you're a pyromancer, stuff standing in water is going to take less damage from your pyromancy. If you're if you have lightning miracles, stuff standing in water is going to take more damage. So that's kind of cool. Illusory wall here you get by pressing A. Stick to the wall because there's a sheer drop, and we have the Northern Ritual Band. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is the one that gives you more spell slots at the cost of health. Oh no, more spell uses at the cost of health. So that was a ring back in Dark Souls 1. It's kind of cool if you're going for like a sort of like pure caster, because pure casters don't get hit because they're like so far away from everything anyway, right? So you don't need health, right? You don't need health if you don't get hit, right? So we're just continuing through here really slowly. You will hear the clinking of chains, which is like, we hear that noise and we just know to be on guard. So he is actually hiding in the water here on the right. Over here, just around the corner. So we're gonna take him out like right away. You can tackle these cells in whatever order you want, but I would advise to clear all of the cells before going through the door, before like lifting that lever. There's like a lever down there. I would clear all the cells first. Okay, so in here we have no guys. We've got Sellsword Lewit here, who's just a big heckin' tank. You can summon him for the boss, I suppose. It's not a particularly tricky boss if you follow my instructions. Is this the one that's... No. No. It's a different cell. All the cells look the same, in my defense. So we're just going to do one at a time. Be on our guard for the exploding guys. There's one there. Oh. And there's another one in like the middle of the room. Oh, that'll be in the other cell. So yeah, we're just clearing out cells one by one. Is this that's the corpse there? I'm sure there's a corpse you can like hit and it like can be attacked. It's in one of the rooms. Is this the one where you're in the middle? Oh, hello. Right, he's going for Lucatiel. Oh, she got him, that's fine. Right, that's that room. Okay, and like I mentioned, leave the lever, don't pull that now. We're gonna go across to this one. Just on your guard. Looking round. There's none in this one. We do have a soul and a Pharaoh's Lockstone there. Oh my god, there's two! There's two in this one! Lucatiel, get him! Get him! Okay, healing up. They must have come from outside. Or were they behind me? Oh gosh, just be careful. Just be careful. Okay, round here, and the final cell. Oh, I think they came out of this cell. I think they saw me coming over, and they came out of this cell. Because there definitely was one in here. Is this the one with the illusory heckin'? There should be like a little shadow. Oh, maybe it's upstairs. Maybe it's upstairs. Okay, yeah, we still hear chains, so there's still some left. Up here. If you can hear in my voice like getting like shaky, I'm like nervous. I just this area is so scary, in my opinion. Is this it in here? Oh no, okay, we got one more cell. It'll be the last one, won't it? It'll be the last one. This one has a Heide Knight in it, right? Bastille key. So that was the key that we got in the Lost Bastille. Like, I 100%, 1,000,000%, you need to have this key. Please don't do Sinner's Rise without this key, and you'll see why shortly. But through here, oh, maybe the, Lucatiel, you flippin', she's crazy. I mean, yes, I did want to kill this guy anyway, but jeez, girl. She just goes ahead and goes for it, man. So you can let her tank. Oh, jeez, okay. That wouldn't have been fun if I died there. You can let her tank. She's still got tons of health. If you are using your heal medical, does it not affect her? I thought it would affect her. should affect her. But killing that knight gives you his spear, which is what I was hoping to use for this playthrough. It's a really, really good, like, just spears in general are good for melee builds that get a bit of like range on them. This one has lightning scaling, which will increase to a B if I'm not mistaken, once we infuse it with lightning. So that's the plan. So I'm going to go over lightning infusion at Macduff with this weapon. So that was my plan. Hopefully it goes well. The skeleton has a fire seed on it. That's used to level up your pyromancy glove. If you are enjoying pyromancy, then in here, Bastille Key, free fire seed. Okay. Right, and that literally is it. It's such a short area. You can use the Bastille Key to open these doors on the left and the right. Or you can go down there and pull the lever, which makes, I guess, if you die... Yeah, we'll do that. If you die, it means that this will be open and you can just sort of like run through here, like maybe even, I don't really fancy running past the Flexile sentry because you're going to be running slowly in the water. I don't know. Well, we've opened it either way, just for a quick escape. Let's actually just be like super, super cautious and open the other door just in case I, in a blind panic, run that way. I don't know where the like corpse that I was flipping looking for. They must have got rid of it. Okay, just open that door. Alright, so all these three like entranceways, they all lead like over here. So doesn't matter which way you go. Lucatiel just is with us. Okay, cool. So here we go. This is the boss room. But before you go through the fog, there is a door to the left and a door to the right. One of the ways has a shiny. I'm gonna say it's right. Is it down here? It has a shiny. Ah, it was left. It was left. I don't think it's anything particularly amazing, but hey. One radiant life gem. Actually, that's quite good. We like a life gem. So we'll go up each of these. These doors, these gates will open with the Bastille Key. And this is the main reason why you need the Bastille Key before coming here. And it is this seemingly empty room with oil heading into what we now know is the boss room. So what you gotta do is you need a torch. Now, this is why I was saying that flame butterflies are so good, because we can just start a torch from here. We don't need to go all the way back to the bonfire. Because heck, carrying a torch through that water, because if you roll through the water with a torch, it'll go out. Heck, doing that, we just use a flame butterfly, we're fine. So we can go over here with our torch and we can set the oil alight. Okay, so we do that once on the left, and then we're going to go through onto the right and do it there. What this does is it will light up the boss's arena, which is an invaluable addition like to this fight, because this fight is actually quite difficult in the dark. The Lost Sinner is quite spry. She likes jumping around, jumping away from you, and then suddenly charging like forwards to you. And as she jumps away from you, oh, smooth and silky stone, nice. As she jumps away from you in the dark, you can lose your targeting, which can allow her to easily like get behind you. And it's just a bad time. It's just a bad time. So with those two lit, we're free to put our torch away and get our shield out. We actually still have Lucatiel, so I may as well try and do it with Lucatiel. But this boss is fairly simple. A lot of it is just the same sort of tactics that you would use on, say, the old Dragon Slayer. Although now you will find with the room lit up, she is a bit slower. She's a little bit less aggressive, and obviously you will not lose that targeting from her like jumping away from you. So I do think it is quite a simple fight. Especially if you're using a sword and shields, or in my case, a mace and shield. You can use dual maces if you have high agility and you're particularly confident in your dodging ability. Yeah, absolutely, go ahead. Especially if you have Lucatiel, like for sure. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly see if we can heal her. So I'm going to have a Amber Herb, which will restore the uses on my heal. And then I think if she is close enough, she should get affected by my... Yeah, there we go. Okay, so she tends to like back off. She needs to be right on me to get healed. There we go. So we're just healing her up. Because if she survives, you know, I'd quite like to show you in the walkthrough like how her story ends kind of thing. It's quite good. So we'll just use these, just heal her as far as we can. Almost full. There we go. Yeah, she was really useful If you're struggling on Lost Sinner, you can get Cell Sword Loot as well from that cell. Cell Sword from the cell. Right, let's get our Radiant Life Gem ready to go. I'm just going to go ahead and get these off my bars. Yeah, honestly, it's quite straightforward. I've got Lucatiel because she didn't die. But I think as long as you light the braziers, you'll be fine. Braziers, torches. You might recognize this little chaos bug. This is the somewhat reincarnated soul, or rather like the soul is inhabiting this vessel, of the Bed of Chaos, your favorite boss from Dark Souls 1, and now it's the Lost Sinner, who you can see there, she like puts the torches out, but it's fine, we already lit the like big lights in the middle of the room. So there you can see, that is her biggest like thing to be scared of, is that jump there. So she's super jumpy. My endurance is a little low to be blocking all those hits, so you do want to be trying to strafe around her and dodge some hits rather than to block all of them. So because I'm taking so much stamina from blocking, I'm just getting one hit in at a time. This is a little bit more chaotic because Lucatiel is here. Let me see if we can go for some dual mace attacks. I shouldn't have let my stamina exhaust there, but Lucatiel's doing a good job tanking. Okay, yeah, even with flipping dual maces, nah, I would recommend just going for one attack because she's just so jumpy. Yes, that's it, Luca. Block more. See, if we didn't have Lucatiel, this boss would be dead by now. Because summoning NPCs or real players gives bosses 50% more HP. But I think we got her. And with Lucatiel still alive, which is great. So yeah, NPC phantoms, or if you do want to play online and summon real players, they make a huge difference to bosses because you're just not always the one getting targeted. So it is, yeah, it is pretty good. So that's us. We used Lucatiel for the Flexile Sentry and for Lost Sinner. So the next boss I think we can use her for is the Smelter Demon. Maybe that's the third one. I'm sure they always, there's like 4 possible bosses and you need to do 3 of them and have her survive the 3 fights to get her armor. Look at this. This is so cool. So the Sinner had like locked herself up here and was like punishing herself, like just in solitude. And but she's like, oh, what are you doing here? And like comes after you. That was awesome. Okay, so through here, another reason why we came here, the first reason was the, in my opinion, it's the easiest Lord Soul to obtain. Or what do you call it? What's it called in this game? Because that'll annoy me. What's it called? No, I don't know. They've got special names. It's the easiest one in my opinion. And also we want the Heide Spear, which I'm going to buff up and we're going to use that. But also we want this chest here because it has a fragrant branch of yore in it. And we use our only branch of yore on Strayed. So now we have another one that we're going to use to get into the Shaded Woods. So it all makes sense. Okay, so this room literally just has a bonfire at it. So you light it. It's a one-way primal bonfire. That's it, primal bonfire. It's a one-way trip to the Farfire. You cannot, you can't rest at this. Like literally, just as you like click it, you'll return. So make sure you're fine leaving. You've got everything from this area that you want to get, and we will go back to Majula. That was really good. We actually did that really quickly. It is a short area, but it's just, honestly, it's just that Flexile Sentry. It's such a pain fighting it in the water. And it respawns, so you can't even like just give it everything you've got and then run through. Like, you could probably get away with running through. If you like stick to the right and go through the hole in the wall, and like you might have to like do some crazy dodging, but you could probably run straight through. On your second run through, the first time through, you're going to have to take your time because the door will be shut. You won't be able to get through. So take your time. And then if you die to Lost Sinner, you could probably try just running through. Or, of course, Human Effigies and Lucatiel. She's over here being shy and bashful and stuff. The soul of an old one. Nice. I don't think we got any Estus Flask shards, but I just always am in the habit of trying whenever we talk to her because I never flippin' remember. Let's have a look. 18 strength, 25 dex, 14 faith. Very good. I'm going to get vigor and endurance to 20. It's something I would always recommend for any melee build, is at least 20 of each. We probably want to put both of them even higher. I'd say maybe even like 25, 30 eventually, but I think that is a good baseline. Health before endurance, I would say. Like, endurance is going to make a big difference, but not as much of a difference as health will. Especially in Dark Souls 2, where everything seems to clip you, even if you dodge because of agility. So that was good. Lots of souls in there. Let's take a little look at the... Just because we've got time, this was a short episode. Let's take a little look at the spear that we picked up, the Heide Spear. So this spear came highly recommended online. I was looking at the old Dragon Slayer spear, intending to sort of show you guys how boss soul trading works and maybe use that. But apparently that spear is not really good. Apparently it's really bad. And it can't be infused. I think because it can't be infused, it's probably, that's maybe why it's not very good. It's got a cool projectile attack though, so I'm still gonna get it and like show it off. But basically I was looking for something with one good stat scaling, because we are not level 1, we're leveling up, we're putting lots of points into stuff, and we want to get big damage by the time we get to the DLC bosses. 2, it can be infused because I am lazy and I wanted to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and cover infusion with that. And 3, it was easy to get. We were going through Sinner's Rise anyway, and I knew that we would be doing that today, and it was just easy to get. As you can see, if I equip this, it's going to put me over 70% equipment weight, which is bad. So that's me fat rolling. You get a nice little vibration in your controller just to let you know, by the way, you're fat. This is because I've got way too much stuff equipped. So like, definitely, this is the kind of thing that's going to be replacing my maces eventually. So we're not going to use it just yet. It's too heavy. But at present, it has a DCC scaling. Now my strength being a D, that's no big deal because we're not actually going to level strength any further. Dex being a C is fine. Like, again, I don't even think I'll really level Dex that much. Probably push to 30, maybe. Just 30 is a good break point. It's what's known as like a soft cap. So it's diminishing returns for the amount of worth that one level will give you into Dex. It's less worth it after 30. Faith, however... Faith is the one that we're going to pump. We're going to get about 50 faith, and that is going to make our lightning infused Heide Spear do tons of lightning damage. A lot of bosses in this game are weak to lightning, so it should be good. There's a lot of dragons near the end of the game that are always weak to lightning, and it does do a decent chunk of physical damage as well, just in case stuff does have lightning resistance. So it's, in my opinion, it's got good range. It's got a good moveset. I thought it'd be a good weapon to try out and use. The maces we're still going to keep. We're still going to use them because there will be some bosses where it's actually a good idea to use the maces over the spear. So we're always going to keep these in our back pocket, and they're always going to do decent damage for a very low stat investment. So we will still be leveling those up. Right, so I'm just going to take the spear off for now. We don't actually need the bow either, because I was using that for Heide Sour Flame. Did we pick up any good rings? Ring of Binding, good if you're dying loads. Oh my god, old Leo ring as well. Oh, guys, this spear build is going to be great. Trust me. So this strengthens thrust weapon counterattack. So counterattack, right, so spear, thrust weapon, yeah? Counterattacks are, so for example, if you're hitting an enemy as it is in an animation of trying to hit you, or as it is dodging, for example, as it's jumping back, that is a counter, that counts as a crit, that's a counterattack. But also you've got backstabs and riposte as well. Yes, very excited about this. Actually, no, hang on, I think backstabs and riposte, those are critical. Counter, I'm pretty sure counter is only like if it's mid-attack or mid-dodge, but you'd be surprised how often that actually happens, you hitting an enemy as it's about to hit you, or as it's dodging. So yeah, this ring is going to be good when we're using the spear, but not yet. Oh, we picked up Bracing Knuckle ring as well. Slows equipment degradation. So Equipment is repaired every time you rest at a bonfire, but as you can see from my right hand mace, it can go down surprisingly quickly. And sometimes you're doing a super long area and maybe you've got a weapon like, for example, the old Dragon Slayer spear that I was talking about earlier that has a special attack. And when you tend to use these special attacks, it takes a ton of like weapon durability. So having something like a bracing knuckle ring is essential. You might actually have to get +1 or +2 if you're using a either like a weapon with special attacks or a really brittle weapon like an Uchi Katana or something like that. But at the minute I'm cool with my rings. We'll just keep what we have because we're resting at a bonfire like fairly often. Let's go chat to Melentia because I can't remember what I bought from her. Go on, it's on the tape for you. This is cool that I mentioned this is an item find. Item discovery hat. We might need that. We haven't bought the branch from her and we haven't bought the Pharos Lockstone from her. That's interesting. So both of those we want to get, but at the minute it's 16,000 souls, so that's a big investment. Bright bugs, very good, very expensive. We're going to buy those for near the end of the game on a boss that we are doing solo. You can't have any phantoms or players with you using these. They make you do tons of damage and receive less damage. They're great to use probably near the end of the game. Okay, cool. So that was me just checking what she was selling. We could buy another stack of heal. Like, that could be good, but I don't have the achievement to use it yet. Sorry, lass, sorry. I'm sure if you spend 1,000 souls with her, which I have done by buying the key, I'm sure she gives you something.
Not, it's just everyone.
We probably did that before. Sorry, Melentia. Sorry guys, sorry. Right, so that is it. That's me. I'll stop rambling. I just sort of thought we would have a little chat because we had some time. We have done one Farfire, not one Farfire, what was it? Primal Bonfire, got one Lord Soul. And there are 3 to go before we can progress into mid and end game. So the next ways that we can go is we can either go down the gutter and towards the rotten. We can go up to the Shaded Woods and towards Duke Steer Freya, giant spider, love it. Or we can go to Harvest Valley, Earthen Peak, and Iron Keep. So, in my opinion, the easiest of those is probably the gutter. It's the shortest as well, but it's just not a nice place to go. And there's not really anything there we're going to find that's going to help our build. However, if we were to go through Shaded Woods, that could lead to some nice things. Yeah, I don't know. Everything leads to nice things. I'm not sure. Anyway, I think we'll do Harvest Valley actually because it is just the easier area. Shaded Woods is a bit scary. So that's what we'll do. We'll do Harvest Valley, maybe Earthen Peak. And then we'll do Shaded Woods and Brightstone Cove, Saldora. Then we'll do the Gutter and the Rotten and the Black Gulch. And then we'll do Iron Keep, because heck Iron Keep, guys. Heck Iron Keep. Does that sound good to you? That sounds good to me. If it does sound good to you, you can subscribe and you'll see the next parts of the walkthrough first. Leave the video a like if you like it, because that means I like you. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.